talking about our Marcus Butler meetup experience. I'm sorry that the camera quality is bad because my camera literally just died. So we're filming it on my iPad. Very sorry.
Halfway through a video, it just cut out.
Right, so yeah, so we're going to be talking about our Marcus Butler meetup experience.
So we went to go meet Marcus in Milton Keynes, and we thought we were going to queue for hours, and it actually wasn't that long.
Yeah, because we got there about 9:30, I think, and then because I can remember we got there, queued up, because it said on our tickets it said on our tickets that we weren't allowed to queue up till 10, because that's when it opened. But like there was loads of people there at like 9:30. We were just like, say what now?
And basically, we had to take the piece of paper that proved that we'd paid for the ticket. Yeah, into WH Smith, and they had to check it, and then they gave you a wristband, and then you went outside and got in the queue, and the queue was really long, but it went down quite quickly.
Yeah, because I remember like we weren't expecting him to come out out the shop. Now I heard he came out, if you see one of his video that he did, can't think what it's called, but it's on his More Marcus channel from about 4 or 5 months ago. And I can remember him coming out and literally the first couple of people in this video at the front of the queue screaming hell out, screaming at the top of their lungs. I could kind of hear it, but as it came down the queue you could hear it was gradually you could hear it getting louder, and we were like
a vocal Mexican wave.
Yeah, because you could sort of hear it, and you were like, take it, he's come out though.
And we went towards the back of the queue, and we were like, what's going on? So I I walked round the corner because the queue curved round the corner, and we were here.
Yeah, so
I went round the corner, and I just see Marcus standing there.
Yeah. So if any of you live or have been to Milton Keynes Shopping Centre and know where WH Smith's is, you will know that it sort of is. There's 2 or 3 shops next to it, and then it goes outside. There's a little bit where the market is outside, and we were queued out not that far, probably about a room's length away from the door. So we weren't that far away from the front if you think about it. And then I can also remember that once he went back in to the shopping, it all started about 11ish. I can remember we were in there within half an hour.
Yeah, once it started, the queue went down pretty quickly, and when we were going up the escalators, we were getting really excited. And I remember this one girl, she said, "Make sure you smell Marcus because he smells incredible."
Yeah, we were right at the front, because they were letting people in stages, so we were right at the front, before they let anyone into the shop, because they closed the whole WH Smith stand for a couple of hours or something. So we were right at the front, just before they let us into the shop, and then this girl came out with her mum or something, or her auntie, or whoever she was, and she turned to us and was like, "Girls, make sure you smell him because he smells incredible," or "he smells really nice," or something like that. And I can remember we made friends with these 2 girls behind us. I think Holly and Katie. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically we just turned to them and was like, "Did you hear that?" And we were just wetting ourselves for 10 minutes. And then the security guard at the front of the shop was like, "Oh yeah, all you can," he was letting us in. And then we got to the end of the stairs, which was another point where we got stopped. And he was like, and I think we had a bag search just in case we had anything. Did we have a bag search? I'm pretty sure they checked my bag because my bag was quite big. But
I think it was a really quick one. They didn't read through anything. They just looked.
Yeah, because then I can remember he asked. I think it was either me or Katie or Holly or whoever was behind me, and he asked one of us "Are you all together?" And we sort of I can remember turning around to them and was like, we're not together, but we're talking, if that makes sense. And he was and the security guard at the top of the stairs was like, "Oh yeah, you can let 5 more people in." And so I can remember we all literally legged it up the stairs, and literally you could literally just turn left and he was there. Like you literally just glanced left, and I was like,
there's still a queue. So the queue went like this, and Marcus was here, and so we were all looking at Marcus. And as we were walking round, there were people giving out the book that was pre-signed, and we were pretty excited. And
I think that's when it really hit home that it was actually happening. Like when we were in the queue before we got into the shop, like I can remember I was like, it didn't feel real that I thought we were just
surreal.
I thought we were just, it just felt like we were just going shopping or something, and like, but when we got up the stairs and saw him, it was like, it actually like full on like hit you that he was there and you were about to meet him. And I can just remember thinking to myself, I was thinking, this is actually happening, we're actually going to meet Marcus Butler.
And I remember when we got to the front and you went to go get your photos taken, I was panicking. And then when I went over to him, he was like, how are you or something? I like your hat, because I was wearing Hannah's Marcus beanie. And I was just like, yeah, I'm good, all good.
I can remember.
And then we took pictures.
I can remember we got past the guy that was giving out all the books, and then we went round the corner a bit more, and like we got to the front of the queue, and the security guard, like, he let in the people that were going first, and then like they stood to the side while they were waiting, and then he let me in, and then I stood to the side, and then like I wasn't really paying attention. I can remember that he was sort of like, he finished with the two girls that were in front of me, and he sort of turned to me and I went, hi, and like shoved out his hands like to give me a hug, and I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, oh, and I sort of like, I was like, oh, he's talking to me, and I can remember me and you made a poster, like a banner thing, which I will leave a picture here. And then
because I remember he's a really good hugger.
he is.
Like, I'm short and he's tall, and it was just like the best hug ever.
Yeah, he's like 6 foot something.
His jumper was really soft.
He was wearing a t-shirt.
His t-shirt, whatever it was, his clothing was soft. I remember it was dark blue, but
yeah,
it was so soft.
It was like that, wasn't it? It was like it was like wearing that sort of. It was a t-shirt.
To me, that looks like a jumper. I think it was a jumper.
Yeah, that's what his signature looks like. If anyone is wondering.
It was like a thin jumper thing.
Yeah. And I can remember being so scared. I wasn't scared, but I was like
nervous.
Yeah, I was like,
anxious.
oh, what do I do? Like, I didn't know what to do, because it was obviously like, it was my first meter. It was your first meter, wasn't it? And like, I can just remember thinking to myself, I was going, what do I do? Oh my god, what do I do?
I was just like, I don't want to embarrass myself. Like, I don't want to start crying, because I don't want to be one of those people that just starts crying. And because if I start crying, then I'm not going to remember the experience. And he was so friendly, and we took loads of selfies. Like, he made sure like you had like.
Yeah, he made sure that you had one, like a good one.
Like a good one, and I did a good one, and one where we're putting faces. And he's just so friendly. And then after we met him, I ran over to Hannah, and we were like fangirling, and then we went out of WH Smith.
I can remember
and we were just in a state of shock.
I can remember when we went down the escalators to go back out the shop. I can remember we just sat there. We were like going down the escalator. And we were just crying, like full on. Like, we weren't like, it was like more like fangirl crying than anything else, to be fair. And then like I can remember when we gave him his present that we made him, that he turned to me and was like, gave me an extra hug and went, thank you so much. And then he gave it to his tour manager, Dom, I think his name was. And then he turned to you and went, thank you. I can remember turning around looking at turning around looking at your face, and you sort of had this look on your face like, what's he going on about? Like, I don't know what he's going on about.
Yeah, because I wasn't really paying attention. I was just like watching Hannah, like Hannah's facial expressions, and she went over to Marcus and was like, "This is from me and my friend over there." So I was kind of just like trying to take everything in, and then he turns to me, smiles and goes, "Thank you," and I'm just like, "It's okay, you're welcome." But yeah, and then we went to go get Pizza Hut, which was fun.
I will leave our pictures at the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment if you've met Marcus or anything. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.